everyone. It's Ken Scott, Senior U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com, and we get you guys cleared to enter the USA. So I'm sitting here at the Burnby office, and you guys can see you guys are well aware, because you often see me here at the chalkboard. You guys can see it there. Oh, perfect. Okay. So the topic for today's, I'm not going to do it that way. The topic for today's video is, how long does it take to get a US waiver? And, okay, perfect. And the Vancouver manager's here, and we'll just call him Jay. So, Jay, how long does it take to get a US waiver, do you think?
Well, actually, it all depends. It's out of our hands normally, but I would say 6 months around there at the long point. But it all depends on how backed up the border is, how backed up their, how much work they got going on for them. So,
Oh, my grab the phone. Right?
There's normally like a time range.
Oh,
what would you say the range is, Ken?
Well, just like Jay said, it could be anything. It could be 6 months, could be 8, could be 8 months, could be 8 weeks. It just really depends on your particulars. Let's say, for example, let's say you live in Surrey and you were charged with trafficking, and the Surrey court takes 3 months just to pull the file. So add 3 months on the top of the processing. So if you came in November 2022 and you did your RCP prints for waiver, those could take a month to come back. So now we're at December. Then once we contact the Surrey court to get the file, let's say Surrey takes 3 months. You're already at March, and then everything's submitted to CBP. So then it's just a matter of how fast they wish to process it. Last spring, it did seem that they were averaging 8 weeks, surprisingly, to come back. Now they seem to be averaging 4 months. So it just really depends on the circumstances, on the case, on the particulars. There's no magic bullet. So the answer to this question is that it just depends. It depends on you, it depends on what you have, it depends on the situation. Let's say if you have an offense for when you were, am I doing okay?
Yes, great,
Okay.
Doing great.
Let's say you have an offense for molesting little boys, so to speak. That's going to be a lot longer. Am I looking good on here? Or?
Yeah, looking good.
Yeah, brother had to look good. Okay. So let's just say if that's the case, so then molestation, that could easily take a year or more. So it just really depends on what you have. I mean, if they write back and ask you, well, tell us, we need to see the not court file, the police report. We need to see the transcripts, yada yada, which is always a no-no, so to speak. Then when they use their sonar charts to go down it, and we need to know the age of the victim. I mean, it's just a big mess, guys. It's nothing but a big mess. It really depends. Or let's say if you lived in the US illegally, and now you are back here, so now we got to find out what the American government has on you. That could take a couple of months. I won't go too much in detail with that because discount waiver companies, they don't know about any of this stuff. So it really just depends on what you have, really who you are. Let's say, I hate to say it, but let's say if you're Canadian, but you were born in Tehran, the US border, they do have a habit of looking at country of birth in these waiver packets. So if you're born in Iran, they do tend to take a little longer on those. So it's not right. I'm just going to say it's not right. It's not the right thing to do. So just so I can stay politically neutral, so to speak. So to answer the question of how long does it take to get a US waiver, the answer is it just depends. And today's what? Today's October 15th, 2022. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
And just to add there, we always recommend our clients to not make any hard plans to travel, because you don't want to get your tickets or get your hopes up, because sometimes, like I said, it could take 3 months, it can take up to a year. So don't have any travels planned and then come to us. Make sure you come to us first, get your waiver done, and then make your US travel plans after.
There we go. And like I said, Mr. J, he's at the Vancouver location, so he rarely comes over here, and I rarely go down there. So that's it. So Ken Scott signing off now, and if you guys have any questions, give us a shout at 604-562-8140 or 1-888-908-3841. And in the words of my Vulcan colleague, live long and prosper. Why you should be denied entry to that country. So, if you're denied entry to the United States for criminality, maybe, at a bar fight, or maybe you were accused of, I don't know, it's okay. You didn't do it. This is what you want to do. You may need a U.S. entry waiver. You may, or you may not. If you do, you want to use sendittoken.com. Sendittoken.com. And once you use sendittoken.com, we can get you cleared to enter the United States. Does not matter what your conviction is, whether it's for or
nothing is impossible.
Why? Because we're there. You need us.
Sendittoken.com. I gotta tell you, folks, wait till Hulk Hogan comes out here. The roof is gonna come off the Bell Center here in Montreal. As the anticipation builds, you can feel it. The legendary Hulk Hogan is a heartbeat away